Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the Broccoli and Green Show. I'm your co-host, Mr. Wonderful Will.
And I'm Tube Sock Spam.
We have a special topic we are going to talk about that's been an ongoing discussion for years, and that is the N-word. This controversial topic we're discussing is not only directed to whites using this word, but blacks too.
Yeah, first off, I don't feel whites anytime. I don't care how long you've known them, how good of a friend you are, or what you think. You think you're part of hip hop. That's just a word not to be shared. If black people choose to use it, that's fine. But white, I don't care how close of a friend you are. And we've even had some black people tell their white friends that they don't mind. But if you really are his friend and you are white, don't use it.
I agree, and I feel exactly the same way. So, do you know this? The word, the N word. You know that word was developed during the slavery, and that word was used to degrade, humiliate, and make slaves feel inferior to white people. And this present day, this word is still being used not only by whites, by other races, including us as black folks. Folks, we need to open up some type of dialogue because I have to admit I'm guilty of using that word myself, but only if like somebody pissed me off or something. Like for an example, just like him, I live in a predominantly black neighborhood. So when I go to a restaurant and then you pull up to the drive-through and the workers happen to be black, treat you to be a little rude to you, and I'd be pissed off. I'm like, man, this damn nigga here don't know what the hell they doing. And I had to catch myself on that.
Yeah, you say it like one of them 90-year-old white men.
I know, right? But
Yeah.
I'm a work in process, but I'm trying to really stop using that word because you look at that word, it's a hurtful word, and no one has a right to use it. And I know the number one question that comes from particular white people, y'all use it. Why can't we use it? But the question I always ask, why you want to use it?
Yeah, exactly. And for some of them, they need to understand, like if they've been to college, they know about fraternity and sororities, and they know when you pledge fraternity or sorority, then you're enabled to wear any of the letters, the colors, and all that. So basically, if you're not black, you're not part of that fraternity. You cannot use the word. Don't try to do it. It's not cool. It's not funny. And I seen, matter of fact, I knew some guys. Guy had white friends, but they would come up to him sometimes and be like, "Hey, what's up, honky?" And then he would say, "Oh, nothing, nigga." And it's just like I just sit there like, man, what's going on in your head? Like those guys just want to hear the word. They want to hear the word so bad.
No, they want to say it.
Yeah, yeah, hear it or say it. But it's just something, or also like if you're a police officer or a fireman, and they see somebody, you standing on the corner in a police or a fireman's uniform, but you're not the police. There's laws against that, So, it's just basically if you're not warned, don't do it. Don't use the word. There's no way that you can make that a friendly. And a lot of people now, especially the younger kids, they always say that it's just how you say it. They say it's how you say it. They say
It's part of
if you
our
say
culture.
yeah, or if they say if you say it with an er, it's racist. But if you say it with a sound,
right.
yeah. But I'm like, man, go back and look at Roots and all those other racist movies. When white folks say that word, they hardly ever say nigger. They always say nigga in a deep South accent.
And it's not like they use it during like a regular talk. They use it to instruct slaves what to do and just like I said, make them feel like degrading them, humiliating them, make them feel less than a person.
Yeah,
That's what that word is for.
yeah,
So that's why, like I said, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I used the word a few times. And I'm trying to take that word out of my vocabulary because I have to check myself. And I try to teach my daughter that same thing. Don't use that word. And this message goes out to not just white people, Hispanics too, because a lot of them like to use it too. And
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah, and then what's funny, some of these folks, especially like the younger kids, when they're in high school or whatever, they hang around with their black friends and they let them use the word, but then they see that same guy that they let use the N word 10 years from later, and he been through that black phase. You know, he forgot all about his blackness, and now when he calls you nigga, it's a whole different meaning.
Yeah.
So
That means to hurt you, hurt your
Yeah.
feelings, make you feel bad.
yeah, but when they were like in 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th grade or whatever, and some of the little young kids, oh, it's just a word. They didn't mind them saying it, but then 10, 15 years later, and they run into them. It's like, dude, that's why you don't allow it. And to the white folks that are listening, don't never think that you are that cool or that friendly, or you know somebody that long, and it's okay to say it, because there are some people that'll actually, they will actually just say, I've known this guy a long time. I'm not offended by it, man. I say that's some of the dumbest shit I ever heard.
But my response to that is, that's you. I don't want to hear that damn word around me. See, because sometimes that word get your ass whooped too. So you need to be very careful, especially going on with these racial tensions going on since 45 been in office.
Yeah. Now it's popular. The president has said it. I'll be glad when the tape comes out.
But one thing I want to point out to black people: don't have your normal talk when you around white folks using that word, because I've seen some look so uncomfortable, man. They were looking like, oh shit.
Yeah, keeping it real.
Shit. Yeah, all that keeping it real, man. If you're gonna do that talk, at least do it behind closed doors. Don't be out in the public. I have seen right in the store, everybody nice and quiet. I see two guys walk up, hey, what up, nigga? And I'm like, dude, really?
Yeah.
Really?
That's just how it is.
And you saw the look on this white lady's face. She was like, oh shit. Let me. She like grabbed her cart and kept going. Moved over pretty fast.
Yeah, but I still think people are going to use black people are going to use the word. It's basically it's their option. If they want to,
Yes,
they
I
can.
agree with that.
They can. But
But it's a time and a place for
yeah,
that.
that's what I'm saying. So when do you think it's like the time and place? Where it's not it's really not offensive to from black to black. It's not, to me. It's not really offensive black to black. But when do when would you use it where when somebody hasn't pissed you off?
Right.
Like,
but normally that's when it comes when I get pissed. I don't
Like
try. I
when
try
you-
not to use it, like regular talk. Yeah, I normally don't use it, but soon I get somebody piss me off, and I said, "Look at this." You know what?
yeah, but sometimes, man, like when we started shooting the show today, first thing I saw when I came to your house was a bottle of hot sauce on the table. I said, "Look at that nigga."
Oh, man. You gonna use, boy? Y'all have to forgive him. He's on a high. He been
That's stereotype.
He out on that whiskey.
Yeah, some whiskey.
Yeah.
That's just a stereotype.
Yeah.
That,
Whatever.
they like hot sauce. You like hot sauce though,
Yeah, I
don't you?
love hot sauce. I
Yeah.
love fried chicken. I love watermelon. Man, you talking
Yeah,
about
but that's funny,
some of the best
man.
eating.
Yeah, but everybody, no matter what person in America doesn't like watermelon. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying you don't like chocolate or vanilla.
Well, I know one thing. You can't use that as a stereotype. You can't use that to stereotype black people, man. I remember when I was on a cruise ship. Man,
Oh, they called you nigga on the cruise ship?
no, they didn't call me nigga on the cruise ship, but
why not?
since we don't change the topic to watermelon, I'm gonna tell you my experience with the watermelon. We'll get back to the N word in a minute, but we're gonna talk about my experience about the watermelon.
Go ahead.
Man, those white folks told that watermelon, I couldn't get any of it.
That probably because they knew you was coming. Hey, get it before he get.
Yeah, no. Like,
hurry up, he's coming. They get up in the morning. Hurry up.
Yeah, but seriously though, folks, we're gonna have to cut that out. Let's just try to. I know it can't just completely stop, and that's be impossible to ask, but I think we should use better discretion when using that word. To me, we don't agree on everything, but my suggestion is just do it behind closed door, or just do it with amongst your peers, but don't do all like that in the public area.
Yeah, yeah. Cause it's just kind of strange because if I had a friend, just say if white folks had a word they call each other that was offensive to white folks or to anybody else, Asians, anybody, if they had the Jewish people, if they had a word that they used amongst themselves, but it was offensive if somebody else used it. Even if I had a friend, and I don't care if I knew the friend for 50 years, I just wouldn't feel comfortable saying whatever word that they use to them. I just wouldn't do it, man.
I really haven't heard them use some type of discriminatory word against each other.
Yeah. But even if they, what I'm saying, I just wouldn't do it. That's why it's just a trip how some folks feel so comfortable, to come into this non-black or, and when I say black, not even just a USA black all around the world.
Yes.
But other people that are not black, why they feel it's just dying to say it. They just want to find a black friend that's dumb enough to let them say that or say some little code words or say anything to them.
But one thing that really pisses me off when I see other blacks try to justify it, try to talk all intelligent. We took that word and we turn it to a positive thing. We don't use the ER, we just turn it to the NIGGA.
Same thing.
Yeah,
exactly. Same thing. No matter what, man. 'Cause that's the excuse they try to give white folks to say it, say, oh, he's not saying nigger, he's saying nigga. I'm like, man, the pronunciation is this, even though no matter what, it's just going to be the same. It's the same word.
Would you walk up and tell your mom or dad, what's up, my nigga? It's not the ER, I just said the A.
Shoot, some people probably do. How the folks talk to their parents now. It's the trick. Right. Yeah.
Well, we just hope everybody just at least place this in your conscience. Have some discretion. And white folks, don't use that word.
Never.
You don't have that permission.
Ever.
Because sometimes you might regret it and
all times.
You're gonna suffer some harsh consequences.
All times.
Because some people do not take kind to their word. And
Never.
I'm one of them.
Me too.
I'm one of them.
Me too.
Well, I thank you all for listening again. It's time to get ready for another work week. And next week we will be talking about relationships. And that's going to be an interesting topic too. So I hope y'all have a wonderful week. Have a safe week. Stay prayed up. God bless you. And we'll see you next time. Peace.
Yeah, these two N words got to get up and go to work. Peace.